Hey everybody, it's Pastor Hugo. We're outdoors today. Have some beautiful weather. We had no rain 2 days in a row now. That's unusual this year. So I want to talk a little bit about what we've been talking about on our Sunday morning Bible class. We're looking at God's grace in the 60s, and we're looking at some of those key events in the 60s. And we've had some really lively and robust discussion around the topics of the civil rights movement and Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech, and in what ways that's been fulfilled and what ways it hasn't yet been fulfilled. And it's really been great to have our young people there as part of those discussions, and I think we've all been had our eyes open to some new things. And we've done a lot of talking, and we've spent more time on this than I originally scheduled, which is fine. You know, we've got a lot of talking to do about these things, but we recognized towards the end of class this Sunday that it's time to stop talking, and it's time to start doing. There's a couple verses that come to mind, from James chapter 1, where he says, "Be doers of the word and not hearers only." And then John, when he writes in 1 John, "Dear brothers, let us not love in word and speech, but deed and truth." It's time to take our words when it comes to civil rights, and when it comes to just how everyone is treated as people created in the image of God. It's time to take those words and turn them into love, turn them into actions. And so we ended class this past Sunday with a challenge, and I want to share that challenge with you. But a little bit of background on that challenge. Every weekend in worship, we say the Lord's Prayer. And as part of that, we say, "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." And when we look at the picture of heaven, particularly the book of Revelation, we see people of every tribe, every language, every nation. They're gathered around the throne, and they're worshiping Jesus. They're all equal, created in God's image, equal in God's sight. And if we're going to pray, "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven," and if we see this picture of heaven where every type of person, every race is equal before God, and we look at our world and we recognize that that's not the way it is on earth, I think that presents us with a challenge. And so the challenge is this: what's one thing you can do to assure equality of everyone created in God's image and make earth look more like heaven? What's one thing you can do? We're going to kick off Bible class this coming Sunday with our ideas, our solutions to the problem, our answers to the challenge. And then once we've done that, we'll move into the next topic of the 60s, which is the Vietnam War. But spend some time this week thinking about how you can make earth look more like heaven in terms of every people, every tribe, every nation, every tongue. And we'll see you this weekend. Have a great week. Bye-bye.